and it's magic. If the music is groovy, it makes you feel happy like an old time movie. I'll tell you about the magic and the free your soul, but it's like trying to tell a stranger about a rock and roll. Believe in magic.
Stretch lang ganyan. Mahal, mahal, mahal. Mahal, mahal. Re. A helping hand. Ain't no mountain high enough. You believe in everything.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we've seen. No, I won't be afraid. No, 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 no. but I could be the boy you adore. If you just let me know. I know you want to, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, try to find a little time. I'll make you happy. I'll be home. I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down. And mess me around and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still. I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So fill me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. I need you more than anyone, baby. More than I have from the start.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame. And what I got, full stock of thoughts and dreams that scatter. When you pull them all together, and I can't explain. Oh yeah, well you make my dreams come true. On a night when bad dreams become a screamer, when the messing with the dreamer, I can laugh it in the face. Twist and shout my way out and wrap yourself around me. 'Cause I ain't the way you found me, and I'll never be the same. Oh yeah, well 'cause you make my dreams come true. Oh yeah, wow, you make my dreams come true. Oh yeah, now listen to this. I'm down on my daydream. Oh, that sleep should be over by now. I know. Yeah, yeah. You make my dreams come true. Oh yeah. I'm waiting for you, girl. Oh yeah. You make my dreams come true. Me, you, I'm waiting for you, girl. Oh my, you make my dreams come true. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping, and you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed Tuesday and so slow. Going down the old man with a transistor radio. Standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall. Slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, a brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, just like that? Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. So hard to find my way now that I'm all on my own. I saw you just the other day. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium must be my brown-eyed girl. And you, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la
Sugar pie, honey pie. You know that I love you. I can't help myself. I love you and nobody else. In and out my life. Come and you go. Leaving just your picture behind. And I kissed it 1,000 times. When you snap your finger or wink your eye, I come running to you. I'm tied to your apron string, and there's nothing that I can do. Can't help myself. No, I can't help myself. Oh, sugar pie, honey pie, sugar pie. Weaker than a man should be. I can't help myself. I'm a fool in love, you see. Wanna tell you I don't love you, tell you that the truth. And I try, but every time I see your face, I get all choked up inside. When I call your name, God, it stops the flame. Burning in my heart, tearing it all apart. No matter how I try, my love I cannot hide. Oh, sugar pie, honey pie, sugar pie. You know that I'm weak for you. Can't help myself. I love you and nobody else. Sugar pie, honey pie, sugar pie. Do anything you ask me to. Can't help myself. I want you and nobody else. Sugar pie, honey pie, sugar pie. You know that I love you. Can't help myself. No, I can't help myself.
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Good morning po.
Ayan, nandiyan. You can hear
Good
me, no?
morning po.
Ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning, ma'am.
Alright, nagaganda naman ang mga bati natin sa good morning. Alright, so welcome to our fourth day, no, ng ating Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Good morning for those greeting in our chat box. Ayan. Alright, let's begin our day. Lang, no? Reminders to please check yung stability ng inyong internet, no, and functionality ng inyong audio and camera. Yan, may nakikita ako ng mga ilan-ilan na nag-open ng kanilang camera. Hi, hello from Negros. I can see you, ma'am. And of course,
Hello, ma'am.
yan, good morning. And of course,
Good morning,
sign
ma'am.
our attendance sheet. Please sign our attendance sheet. The links here in our chat box also. Or you may use our QR code as you can see in your screen right now. Okay. So there's a lot of people already joined us, no? We are 130 in our classroom right now and streaming in YouTube already. So yeah, no, you may choose to join us via Google Meet or via live stream in our YouTube as sent in our advisory in yeah, or you may use the live streaming link or you may use the meeting link using the Google Meet. All right. So, you may ask your colleagues to join us already para makasama sila sa ating activity, ano, para makadagdag pa ng kaalaman for our cybersecurity awareness. All right. So, to start our day, let's just have a prayer para mag-guide niya yung ating araw, yung ating activity, and yung ating whole week na rin. No? Since it's Monday, and
Hello, Miss Jo.
hello po.
Miss Jo, hindi ka pa po ata naka-share screen. Apa. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Chaan, for letting me know. Can you see my screen na po?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan, thank you so much. Alright, so ayan, yung ating reminders, no? So, check your stability of your internet and yung ating attendance sheet. And also another reminder, please let's turn off our microphone when not in use, no? So, we can turn on our microphone din naman when greeting each other good mornings. And of course, kapag tayo ay mag-ask ng questions later. Pero let's try to practice raising our hand first before opening our microphone. And we can acknowledge you naman when you raise your hand if it's time to open your microphone na, no, para lang po hindi tayo magkasabay-sabay ng pagsasalita and mas madali nating maintindihan ang isa't isa. All right. Ayan. Okay, so let's start our day with a prayer. I'll ask you for a minute of your time. So let's just let's not do anything. Let's just keep our presence of mind for our prayer.
Panginoon, pinupuri at sinasamba ka namin. Salamat sa panibagong araw na ipinagkaloob mo. Salamat sa mga biyaya na patuloy mong binibigay. Salamat sa pagkakataong ito na kami ay muling matututo. Patawarin niyo po kami sa aming mga pagkakasala at pagkukulang. Tulungan niyo po kami na magkaroon ng bukas na isip at puso upang lubos naming maunawaan ang aming mapapakinggan sa araw na ito. Bigyan mo po kami ng karunungan na sa ganon ay magamit namin ang mga ito sa aming mundo. Salamat po muli at ikaw nawa ang maluwalhati sa lahat ng mga gawain na
Ayan. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me dun sa ating prayer. I hope everyone is having a good day, no? So it's Monday morning and it's the last day of Monday, last week of the month, no? So I hope okay pa ang ating Monday, no? Alam ko, pag Monday, medyo manic Monday, no? Maraming mga dumadating na maraming nabinbin na mga papel from last week or mga dokumento na kailangang i-process first thing in Monday, no? So I hope everyone can have their peaceful pa rin ang kanilang ang ating mga Monday, no? And we can have this time para magsama-sama upang matuto ulit, no, for another morning for our cybersecurity awareness month. All right. So kaunting Alright, so kaunting recap lamang po sa mga nagdaan na 3 araw, no? So, sa 3 Monday na nagsama-sama tayo, we had, ayan, a total of 304 attendees and 243 of them participated through Google Meet, 61 participated through live stream natin, no? So, ganyan kadami yung nakakasama natin no, every Monday for this activity. So please ask your colleagues to join us already para ma-reach pa natin ulit yung ganitong numbers and madami ang mas maging aware on our cyber security. Alright? Ayan. A few insights then shared with us during our activities last week, last Monday, no? So, ayan, nagkaroon tayo ng prayers, check-in activities, or yung ating mga preliminary activities. And then, of course, yung session proper na natin, yung first na session natin last Monday is yung cybersecurity awareness, how to be safe, discussed to us by Engineer Mariasina Gabello. And then, of course, yung session 5, which is yung PNPKI or yung digital signature, discussed to us by Ms. Daryl Bolocon from the ICT. Ano? And of course, a lot of you asked so many questions during our open forum, no? At marami talagang naging clarification and karagdagang knowledge on our open forum. Ayan. So, questions and facilitated answers. Ayan, few of your insights shared with us. Sabi nyo, you learned how to secure my accounts by using strong passwords and MFA. Ayan. Sabi nyo rin, naintindihan nyo or nalaman nyo yung uses, advantages, and differences between electronic signatures and digital signatures. Ayan. Sabi nyo rin, everyone shares the responsibility of keeping the cyberspace safe. Yes, thank you for that realization and insight. No, that's exactly exactly the lesson that we want to share with each other, no? So it's our responsibility um, for ourselves para safe yung ating personal viewing or personal using noong cyberspace, and of course para rin sa ating organization, no? Kasi tayong mga employee ang magpapanatiling safe ng ating cyberspace ng ating organization. And yan, importance of securing our online documents, transactions, and communications. Yan, ang ating mga insights na share during our third Monday of the month nung ating Cybersecurity Awareness Month webinar series. Alright? So, papakilala lang muli ako, no? Baka hindi nyo na ako natatandaan since nung first 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 day pa ako nung Cybersecurity Awareness Month ninyo nakasama, no? Nung first Monday. So, I'm Johari Balaong. Jo, you may call me Miss Jo. I'm your facilitator for today and part of the learning management team. Alright? You can, of course, my contact email address is here para inyong makontak if you need to ask questions regarding this activity. And of course, our main team is composed by Ma'am Chean, our documenter and our technical support, and main secretariat of this activity, no? So si Ma'am Chean or Cherry Ann Barrientos is here. Si Sir Franklin Shen Foronda, our chatbox manager. Siya yan, nakikita nyo yung ating attendance, yung ating links for the YouTube live. Yan, he's posting it here in our chatbox, so he's our chatbox manager. And of course, Sir Tony or Sir Anthony Malyari, also our chatbox manager. Yan, siya ang tumutulong sa pag-admit and wala naman siyang dinedeny dito sa entry ng ating Google Meet. Yan, sa pag-admit dito sa ating Google Meet and pagtulong din on the chatbox management. Alright, so that's our team. And of course, we'd also like to know more about you. So once we call on your office, please greet us your good mornings here in our chat box, okay? Para lang magkakilala pa tayo ng mas maigi. Ayan. May I see our classmates and our participants from the central office? May I see your good mornings here in our chat box? Or you may greet us using your dialect para lang madagdagan din yung ating karagdagang kaalaman on our good mornings. Ayan, good morning, magandang umaga sa mga pumabati ng good morning dito sa ating chat box. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of familiar names here. Good morning sa ating mga kasamahan. Ayan. Good morning from SLP Aklan. Wow, okay. Good morning sa inyo. Ayan. Of course, good morning din sa ating mga kasamahan from Luzon, no? Good morning. Naimbag nga bigat sa ating mga kasamahan sa FO Car, FO1, FO2, and FO3. Naimbag nga bigat. Yan. Thank you. Good morning po from Naimbag nga bigat sa Mayap Aabuk. Yan, from FO3. That's Kapampangan, correct? Ayan. Naimbag nga bigat is Ilocano. Ayan. Maayong aga from Iloilo. Yan, of course, Ilonggo. Calabarzon, Mimoropa is here also. FO5, Marhay nga aga. There you go. On cue, si Ma'am Josie. Ayan, ang ating FO5 is also here. And of course, our NCR participants. So, good morning sa inyo and good morning sa ating lahat. Magandang umaga. Of course, we also have our participants from Visayas. So, maayong aga sa ating mga kasamahan sa Iloilo. Maayong buntag sa ating mga kasamahan sa FO7. Maayong buntag sa inyo. And of course, maupay nga aga sa ating mga kasamahan sa FO8. Let me see kung nandito na kayo. Greet us your good mornings here in our chat box. Alright. Ayan, from Negros Occidental is here also. Ayan, greeting our chat box. Maayong buntag, ma'am, from FO7. Maayong buntag din sa'yo, Ma'am Romeline. Alright, so our classmates here are also from Mindanao. Ayan. Buenos dias, FO9. Buenos dias sa inyo. Maayong buntag, FO10, FO11, FO12, and Caraga. Buenos dias. Wow. Ayan. Buen salud a todos. Alright. Ayan, good morning then from Negros Occidental. Parang marami tayong kasamahan from Negros Occidental who are greeting here in our chat box this morning. So welcome again to our Cybersecurity Awareness Month webinar series. No, so this is the fourth day in our series. No, it's September 27, and this is our last webinar activity for this Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So, of course, our tagline: Do your part, be cyber smart. Yan. So in the last 3 days na nagsama-sama tayo for this webinar series, we talk about this topics, no. So yung network security in the COVID-19 era during our first day, September 6, and of course yung modern collaboration without compromise security noong pinag-usapan natin noong September 13. And then yung cybersecurity under new normal, yan, also part of the September 13 discussion natin. And of course, yung discussion natin ng September 20, yung cybersecurity awareness, yung how to be safe, and yung PNPKI digital signatures. And today, we'll be talking about, yan, know the symptoms and protect yourself in a hybrid setup. Yan yung atin namang magiging discussion for today. So, our resource person for this topic will be si Ma'am Christina T. Bautista. So, si Ma'am Christina T. is a senior pre-sales consultant in Trend Micro Philippines. So, ayan, no. Working on a pre-sales role, Tina is responsible for assisting and working with sales team in qualifying and recommending the best solutions to fit customer requirements. She is also helping out and extending support to different partners of Trend Micro. So, like different partners like AG Datacom, right, Ma'am Christina? Yeah, no? So, partners sila for the last 16 years on the network security solutions. Good morning, Ma'am Tina.
Good morning. Clear po. Okay lang.
Yes, hello, Ma'am Tina. We're seeing you po. Wow. And
Ayun.
hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, may mang blur ba to ng background? Ang gulo ng background ko. Ayan. Okay. So, start na po tayo, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yan, para hindi magulo yung background natin. Alright, I'll be sharing my screen. So, good morning po again, everyone. Let me share my screen po. Hello. Share ko na lang po yung entire screen. Sorry, hindi gumagana po ang Google Meet sa akin. Okay, good morning po everyone. Medyo hindi lang po masyadong maganda yung internet connection this morning. I think Monday yan lahat po naka-connect. So baka mag-buffer. So I'll just turn off the video so that it's easier po for us to discuss what we are going to share this morning. So again, magandang umaga po sa lahat. So basically for this morning, our agenda is to share with you cybersecurity on a general perspective. So because of the change in yung threat landscape, so di ba dati po we are just looking at malwares, virus, everything is about virus. So this morning I'll share with you yung changing threat landscape. So from typical mga virus, ano na ba yung mga latest threats today? And of course, with the change in to work from home setup or remote workers, because of the pandemic, na-change na rin tayo in terms of how we working behavior natin. So how you can protect yourselves. And of course, your family also. So I believe lahat po ng mga kids niyo, yung mga may kids po, you have online school. So how you can protect your family as well. So as a whole po, yung coverage natin for this morning. So again, our agenda first is teleworking setup and hybrid environments. So we talk about yung on-premise, we talk about yung corporate, yung home base or remote workers, and then we also talk a little bit about cloud, kung ano ba yung mga security na kailangan natin. And then of course, we'll talk about the threat landscape. So when I say threat landscape po, ano yung mga threats na kailangan nating bantayan? So yung isa po sa recap kanina is that cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. So yeah. And lastly is forging ahead of cybersecurity. How we can be protected in this new threat landscape. So let me start with the teleworking setup and hybrid environment. So as we all know, this is already the normal nowadays, yung working from home or working remotely. So let us see how we can protect ourselves when it comes to this setup. So there are different checklists when you talk about teleworking or hybrid environment. So we have, of course, yung company checklist. When I say company checklist, ito po yung mga kailangan gawin on a company level. So as a company, sa IT po natin ng DSWD, ano yung mga kailangan gawin? We also have what we call the home network security basics. So this is more for parents or for users who are working from home. Ano yung mga kailangan natin gawin? Ano yung pwede natin gawin? We also have employee essentials. What are the things that you need to do as an employee? And lastly is the fundamentals of internet safety for families. So internet safety for families naman is yun. Also one of the things that I've mentioned that we will tackle this morning. So let me go through it one by one. So the first one is we have the company checklist. So when I say company checklist, this is something that your IT security needs to be able to provide or perform or follow. So first is of course yung set up yung 2FA or multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication. So when I say two-factor, I think na-discuss to in a previous topics also, kasama din to kasi yun nga, basic po siya ng security nowadays. So when we talk about 2FA, so basically aside from username and password, so if possible po, we enable a second layer of verification. So I think the very good use case is nowadays kapag meron po tayong pinapurchase online. So let's say nilagay po natin yung credit card numbers. After that, they actually ask for yung 6-digit na isa-send sa SMS nyo. So that's an example of 2FA. So of course, maganda po if we can also deploy it or apply it or implement it in your current environment. So aside from that, pre-configure work from home arrangements. So I think this one dapat almost settled na po tayo kasi medyo more than a year na tayo in this work from home setup. But in like for example, sa company po namin, in Trend Micro, when before pa nung pandemic, so yung meron pa tayong news about lockdown. So yung nung medyo dumadami na yung mga cases, so as a company, si Trend Micro is already planning. So we actually have employees who are living in Baguio City. So yung office po namin nasa Ortigas. So what we did, si Trend Micro po, what we did is talagang yung kinonfigure, meaning yung lahat ng workstations na gamit ng mga support namin, they send it to Baguio para makapag-work from home po yung mga employees natin. So it's an example of work from home arrangement that we can do. And of course, yung mga walang internet connection sa bahay, so we have to arrange also that one for our workers. So aside from that, remember to back up data. So siguro pag nasa office po tayo, meron tayong mga automated backup or mga application na will do it for us. But of course, kung work from home and wala po tayong mga ganong capabilities, so you have to ensure that mga critical data, yung mga important files, you are backing it up for to ensure that if anything happens, you have a data store in place. So aside from that, ensure that there are enough VPN licenses. This is more for DSWD IT and limit the use of VPNs. So I believe most of the organizations nung nagkaroon po ng pandemic, work from home lahat. So talagang yung next na technology na lahat nag-implement is VPN. Kasi they need to ensure na even if nasa public internet ang mga users, if they connect to the intranet of the company, so naka-VPN para makapag-local access sila sa mga assets ng company. So this is also one thing that we can look at. So on DSWD siguro IT security perspective, you can also look at new technologies aside from VPN. Nowadays, we have zero trust. So this is also something na pwede po natin tignan. So yung zero trust strategy basically po, basically talks about not trusting any device or any user. So imo-monitor niya yung risk level ng mga devices natin and ng mga users natin in terms of its behavior and activity. So next is we have the employee essentials. So this one naman is for most of the users today, most of the people na nag-attend po today. These are some of the things you need to take into consideration. So first is use of a company laptop for work if possible. So kapag nag-access po kayo ng DSWD resources or company resources, make sure po na you are using the company laptop. Kasi syempre, yung provided po ng company would have security measures already in place. So yon, if possible po talaga. If use of personal equipment cannot be avoided because of certain reasons, so keep it as close as possible to office security standards. So at least po if you are using bring your own machine, you are using your own machine, make sure po na you have security measures in place, like at a minimum an anti-malware solution po or endpoint protection solution. Third one, use company designated VPNs and avoid free public Wi-Fi. So kapag may VPN na pinrovide for you, so use it and avoid yung mga public Wi-Fi na wala pong mga password. So normally po, yung mga public Wi-Fi, if you connect to it na wala pong mga password, yes, it's free, pero normally po may mga threat actors or how do I say it, more mga attackers or yung mga adversaries or mga hackers that are actually looking at this free public Wi-Fi or on how pwede nilang nakawin yung mga data nyo, on how they can actually gather your data or compromise your account. So next is split networks if possible. So if kaya natin, you can, if let's say may home router, if you can configure, if very techy, you can split the network na iba yung ginagamit ng company for remote work and iba yung ginagamit at your home for regular use. So next is prepare a backup solution at home. So same po sa kanina, if you are not able to back up, so because hindi provided ng company, so we can prepare a backup solution at home. So yun, mga critical data, if you need to send it to a backup, to a storage or cloud storage, so make sure po na you have that in place. And of course, lastly is be wary of online scams. So yung mga online scams. So later on, I'll share more about this. So home network security basics naman. So as we all know, so since na working from home tayo lahat, so we all have the home network security basics. What are the things na pwede natin gawin? So first is secure the gateway, yung router nyo. So I'm sure all your routers yun, provided yan ng vendor. So it's either PLDT, Globe, Converge. And I'm sure na once na they deliver it to your house or they implement it, meron na yung mga SSID, may mga password in place, naka-pre-configure na yan. But if possible, kasi may administration din yung router natin. So naka-default password po yan. So if hindi po natin pinalitan yung default password, if meron pong mga threat actors or hackers around your area and they are able to um, reconfigure yung router nyo, so mangyayari po niyan, pwede niyang palitan yung mga configuration ng router nyo or they can actually get yung password nyo. Yan. So for advanced users, work with a proxy. So this is more for, again, if more techy po tayo, pwede tayong gumamit ng mga proxy, or nowadays, the web proxy is also built into the agent also. So aside from that, strengthen your passwords. So do not use yung mga passwords that are easy to remember. Nowadays, what they use is normally passphrase. So when we say passphrase, hindi siya parang one word. It's more on a phrase siya. Tapos alphanumeric and all that. So it's easier to remember also. So easier to remember pero mahirap siyang i-break ng mga brute force kasi nga mas mahaba siya. So, mas matagal bago i-break yung password nyo. Next is keep your software up to date. So, whatever software you have dun sa machines nyo, pag nag-ask po siya ng upgrade, so let's say you have Microsoft patches na nag-request ng update, you have anti-malware solution na dapat updated, don't turn it off. So, those are some of the basics that you need to do when it comes to network security basics. Next is the fundamentals of internet safety for families. So for the internet safety for families, secure other computers in use. So make sure po na lahat ng ginagamit yung computers at home, whether it's for online learning, whether it's for everybody's use, whether it's for company, basta lahat po at a minimum, if possible, implement po an anti-malware solution or an endpoint protection solution. So aside from that, there are a lot of endpoint protection solutions wherein pwede rin po tayo mag-perform ng mga URL filtering, lalo na if you have kids at home, so you can actually filter yung mga websites that they can actually visit. So aside from that, protect smartphones, which is also very important kasi we use our smartphones to connect to the different company assets. So we also need to take that into consideration, lalo na if you are Android users kasi mas marami pong mga attacks na pumupunta kay Android. And yung mga applications, kung hindi naman po natin kailangan, do not just download po. So make sure po na secured yung mga applications na dina-download po natin and install. So third is safe bandwidth. So I'm sure challenge po to, not just on your side, even on our side, lahat po tayo na this is one of the challenges that we encounter every day. Yung internet talaga natin dahil the best ang Philippines po when it comes to the internet. So safe bandwidth. So make sure po that if you're not using anything, so let's say before ka mag-start ng work, nag-YouTube ka, so or nag-streaming, Netflix, ganyan. So you can turn it off if you're not using it, just to be able to save the bandwidth. And I'm sure it's also being shared across among all the users in your household. So just make sure po na you are not using any unnecessary applications na nag-stream at the back end. Yeah, so discuss the importance of online safety. So not just to the adults. So even kids nowadays, they understand na rin how internet safety is all about. So you can explain that to them. I was also trying to explain this to toddlers. So nisip namin, how can we explain the importance of online safety? So kasi syempre nowadays our kids, if they do online learning, they have to do a lot of things on their own, like using yung mga Zoom. So you have to teach them and you have to train them on how to use all these applications. You tell them that don't go to these websites, don't click on any links that is not needed, and things like that. So again, have that internet safety session with your kids. So pwede nyo rin pong i-explain through yung movie, si Ralph Breaks the Internet. Remember, there's a virus outbreak there. So you can explain through that specific movie. Yeah. So again, the first part is more generic na parang how you can protect yourselves, how you can protect your users, how you can protect your home, yung internet safety at home, your families, etc. So next is now, medyo mas magiging ano na po tayo, mas magiging detailed or technical. So we talk about the threat landscape. So I hope hindi po kayo antokin dito. So threat landscape, kasi very important po to. So syempre, how do you protect yourselves and how do you know kung sino yung kalaban natin, ano yung threats, if you don't know them, di ba? So we need to know the common threats to home users and how to defend against them. So again, these threats are all the threats na nakikita natin nowadays. And again, yun nga sabi ko, you need to know them. Paano sila gumagana, paano sila nag-a-attack, so that you are able to protect yourselves, di ba? So let me go through it. So first is the ransomware. Sorry. So ransomware is currently the most damaging threat to ordinary users. So I think baka lahat po narinig na yung ransomware or baka hindi. So ano ba si ransomware? So basically, ransomware is also a malware. So it's also malware that prevents or limit users from accessing their system. How? So ang ginagawa nila is once the malware, so ransomware is also a malware, is already inside your system, they will lock your system screen or lock the user files until a ransom is paid. So ang gagawin pa nila is they will encrypt all your data. So unless you pay them, hindi nyo madedecrypt yung data nyo. Hindi nyo na makukuha yung data nyo. So imagine company files na ransomware or databases or mga servers na nandun yung lahat ng importanteng files nyo. Tas na ransomware siya. So goodbye lahat ng data. So also the reason why yung backup po kanina na banggit ko is also very important. Kasi just in case na ransomware tayo, meron tayong backup to be able to recover our files. Okay? So again, number one is ransomware. So there are a lot of ways kung paano nila i-deliver yung ransomware sa mga workstations nyo. So also a lot of tools that we can use to be able to combat ransomware. But again, si ransomware is a malware wherein kapag na-attack yung system nyo, they will encrypt your data and then ask you for money before they can decrypt your data. Ransomware, medyo nag-evolve na rin siya. So, sobrang smart ng mga threat actors nowadays. What the threat actors did, basically, is that once they lock your system and ask for money, ang ginagawa pa nila is they exfiltrate your data. They send the data, hindi lang nila ine-encrypt. So they copy the data, send it out of the organization. So may copy sila ng mga sensitive files nyo. And they will tell you na, if you don't pay this ransom, I will leak that information to the public. Yan. So yun yung what we call double extortion ransomware. Yan. Okay? Yan. So eto na. How does ransomware spread? So first is users visit malicious or compromised websites. So yung mga website na vulnerable to threats, so pwedeng ipasok i-inject yung ransomware doon. So they can spread through this compromised website. So syempre, when we visit websites, we also have to make sure that we have protection in place when we visit these websites. So a typical endpoint protection solution would combat this kind of threats naman. So aside from that, it can also arrive as a payload that is either dropped or downloaded by other malware. So pwede rin, again, kapag may malware na pumasok, tapos i-drop yung ransomware through another malware. So parang naka-link together. So it can be delivered as attachments from spam emails. So mga emails downloaded from malicious pages through malvertisements. Yun, kaya hindi tayo dapat nag-click-click ng mga kung ano-anong advertisements because pwedeng mag-start dito ang ransomware. So, yung mga malicious links or mga malvertisements, which we'll also share later on. So, it can also be dropped by exploit kits into vulnerable systems. So, this is more, if let's say hindi po tayo nakaka-properly patch or hindi updated yung mga machines natin. So, exploit kits are attack kits. So parang you go to the internet, tapos hanap ka lang ng free na attack kit, tapos you can take advantage of it to be able to attack certain machines. So yun po yung mga exploit kits that most threat actors are taking advantage of currently. Yeah. So, a lot of ways on how to get in. Okay. So, aside from ransomware, we also talk about information theft. Yeah. This information theft, I would say na more on user awareness to eh. So, you can protect yourselves if you are aware. So, what kinds of accounts are target for thieves? And the primary targets of hackers are financial accounts, social media sites, or email accounts. So information theft is very critical kasi so syempre ayaw naman natin na ma-compromise yung mga accounts natin. If they are able to get our personal information, they can actually use our personal accounts to, let's say may bank account ka, they send money to another third party, they can pretend to be you. So yung mga nakikita nyo po, let's say you have credit cards, yung mga nakikita nyo na your account is being used for this transaction, etc., etc. Yun po yung mga typical na identity theft. So identity theft happens when your personal information is stolen. So don't share your personal information sa public. So yung mga surveys, yan, typical na yung mga unwanted surveys. So, yan, typical na dyan nag-start yung mga identity theft. So, if you need to share your personal information, make sure that valid naman or talagang kailangan yung mga information na yun. So, this is being used by cyber criminals or scammers to impersonate you. So, start by following this simple, all-important rules. So, never give out your personal credentials to anyone. So, pag may mga tumatawag po, let's say sabihin niya, ma'am, normally tumatawag yan, tapos sabihin that your account is being used for ganitong transaction, just to validate, can you share your information? So, yun, red flag agad yun. So this is one of the most cost-effective way to prevent a likely attack. So never give out your personal account or credentials to anyone. So kayo lang po yung nakakaalam. So next is data breach. So now we know a ransomware, identity theft. Now we talk about data breach. What is a data breach ba? So data breach is an incident where information is stolen or taken from a system without the knowledge or authorization of the system's owner. So a typical data breach, ang mga ginagamit is through hacking, portable device loss. So let's say dati gumagamit tayo mostly ng mga USB storage, insider leak, payment card fraud. So these are some, ito po yung pinapakita nating chart. This is the, how do I say it, yung mga category ng typical data breach. Okay? So, next is how data breach occurs. So medyo mas very, smart way of performing data breach or performing threats na or attacks yan. So kanina ransomware, more malware yon, although very comprehensive na or sophisticated na ang ransomware attack nowadays. Identity theft is if you have watched yung identity theft na movie, so yon, that's a very good example. So now data breach, how does data breach occur? So this one more targeted na po siya. So first is of course yung attacker will look for weaknesses na he can exploit. Magre-research muna siya. So may profiling yan, alamin nila sino yung pwede kong i-attack, sino yung pwede kong more on lokohin. So they will study how the people behaves in the internet. So if let's say, okay, ang target ko is Tina. So si Tina yung target ko. Ano kaya yung mga behavior ni Tina sa internet? Ano yung mga websites na binivisit niya? Ano yung mga online, let's say, online shopping na lagi niyang hinahanap and things like that. So more on social engineering. So once na profile na niya yung behavior ko or yung personality ko, what they will do is to stage the attack. So when we say stage the attack is basically paano sila makakapasok, parang foot on the door na, okay, is it through a spear phishing email? Through email ba? Papadalhan ko siya ng malicious link? Through a phone call ba? And things like that. So once na it's already inside, the attack is already inside my environment, so it may be a workstation or my endpoint, my email, So now they will try to exfiltrate the data already. So that's how a typical data breach occurs on a high level. So syempre mas sophisticated yung mga company-wide data breach attacks. So frequently observed breach methods. So yung kanina pong nakita natin, yung chart. So again, these are the breach methods. So hacking or malware attacks. So via malware, insider leak. So if you have users that are handling corporate information, so pwedeng dumaan doon. So syempre, sabihin lang, okay, eto pala yung nag-handle ng lahat ng accounts ng customer na to. So baka pwede ko siyang bayaran to be able to leak yung information and bebenta ko siya sa dark web. Something like that. So payment card fraud, so also very common. So I think nowadays lahat online banking. So we can see a lot of payment card or credit card fraud, loss or theft of device, and of course yung mga unintended disclosure as well. Okay? So next po is we talk about malicious ads. Yan. So matagal-tagal na tong issue na to. So two big concerns when it comes to advertising is actually privacy and malware. So malvertising uses ad traffic to redirect the users to malicious sites that download malware without their knowledge. So I think we still experience it nowadays. If you don't have any endpoint protection in place, sobrang when you visit specific website, when you, let's say simple Google lang, tapos you click on specific links, mga ads, what you will notice is after a while, ang daming mga plugins na nasa browser nyo, tas ang bagal ng mga machine, dahil ang daming na-i-install na mga tools sa machine nyo without your knowledge. So this is what malicious ads can actually do to your machine. And of course, aside from nagpapabagal siya ng machine, sometimes they also use these tools to be able to gather information about your workstation. So yeah. Aside from the malicious ads, remote access tools. So remote access tools, these are remote tools that this is mostly for IT, na kapag kailangan mag-remote sa mga workstation or mga servers sa loob ng company. So we call it remote access tools. So the attacker would try to get his target to download a copy of the RAT via chat or social media. So try to download yung copy ng remote access tools. So this allows them to take control of the victim's PC. Here, they may try to steal information from the victim. Similarly, these attackers can also try to turn on the user's webcam to try and capture private moments. So I think one of the critical components ng remote access tools is in some other countries, I think yung sextortion. So if they are able to get sensitive files in your computer, so they will actually extort you for money, and of course sabihin na, okay, I have your private information, or let's say may private photos silang nakita or videos. Yan. So they will use these files in their advantage. So again, remote access tools, also one of the things that we need to take into consideration. Kasi hindi mo siya alam eh. Sometimes you go to a website, you click on specific links, tapos biglang hindi mo malalaman, meron na palang mga remote access tools na naka-install sa machine nyo ngayon. So from time to time, you visit yung mga applications na naka-install, so yung programs, to make sure na walang mga weird na tools na naka-install na hindi nyo kilala. So pag hindi nyo kilala, i-uninstall nyo na lang siya or i-delete nyo na lang siya. So baka kasi na-install siya without your knowledge. Okay? So next is, so now we know the different threats. So again, on a high level, so you should know that in ransomware, malvertisements, remote access tools, identity theft. So again, these are some of the threats, most common threats na would involve you as a regular user. So of course, when you talk about IT security naman, mas meron tayong mas sophisticated attacks, but normally nag-start siya sa mga threats na to. Okay? So next is we want to talk about forging ahead of cybersecurity, how you can move forward even with all the cybersecurity threats that we see nowadays. So yan, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. So of course, DSWD as a company or IT security, they would already have measures in place. They would be using technologies to be able to protect you automatically. So, kasi when we talk about cybersecurity, it's always people, process, and technology. So, technology is an automated way to be able to protect you, di ba? So, now it's your responsibility naman to protect yourselves against specific threats that would involve um, tricking you. So, yung mga social engineering. So, dun papasok yung awareness of a user. So protect yourself from identity theft. I think I want to share this kasi this is also very important. When you talk about yung users na naka-work from home, yung mga credit card fraud na nangyari today. So kaya I shared this very specific slide. So manage your account passwords. So yung mga passwords po natin, make sure na hindi siya very easy to guess. So do not use your yung mga birthdays, yan. Madali po siyang i-brute force. Pag sinabi natin brute force, hulaan or use a machine. You can also, these attackers, they can also use a machine to guess your password. So aside from that, avoid opening email attachments and clicking on malicious links, lalo na kung hindi nyo kilala. Kung mga scammer yan. So delete nyo na lang yung email nila, huwag nyo na lang babasahin, and do not click on any malicious link. So aside from that, learn about a site's privacy and security policies. So I believe nung lumabas yung mga applications na nasa phones, there are a lot of issues about privacy and security policy. So I think this is also why the reason why I think mayroon akong kasing nabasa yung mga privacy issues about TikTok as an app, for example. Well, since I don't really like the application, hindi ko rin siya in-install. Not even curious about installing it because I see that it seems like maraming privacy and security policies na involved when you talk about that specific application. But of course, it's your choice. Again, whatever application you install in your machine, or in your smartphones, make sure po that you go through the privacy policy first. Kasi normally they would tell you naman like, okay, if you install this application, I will be getting your location, your device location, your user account, etc. So kung accepted naman ninyo, then it's okay, diba? So next is bookmark trusted websites, especially those frequently used for online shopping. So yung mga website na ginagamit nyo, i-bookmark nyo na lang siya kasi we have what we call, like for example, if you go to abc.com, so you can go to abc.com every day, di ba? So let's say nag-online shopping kayo sa abc.com. So pwede kasing if you don't bookmark it, pwede kasing lokohin kayo like using an email na, okay, since I know that itong user na to laging let's make it more na lang. For example, Lazada. So laging naglalazada. So alam ng hacker na lagi kang naglalazada. So what they can do is that if you don't bookmark yung Lazada, let's say for example, what they can do is they can create a fake Lazada page. So mag-create sila ng fake Lazada page na imbis na lazada.com, they will say kung hindi mo napapansin yon, it will go like LA ZABA, for example, lazaba.com. So parang kung ikaw as a user, if you're not careful, pwede kang maloko through this kind of website. So i-change lang nila yung domain, tapos gagayahin nila yung Lazada. So syempre pag nag-login ka, kuha na nila yung account details nyo. So again, if possible, bookmark your trusted websites and limit your exposure on social networks. I think ito yung isa sa mga critical applications wherein our identity is really being gathered, yung profile natin So imagine when you go to your shopping apps, you find something, you search for something, parang that same day, makikita niyo yung mga ads niyo sa Facebook is similar to what you actually search. So you can try this. You can try that. Punta kayo, for example, Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace or let's say Lazada, Shopee, ganyan. Mag-search lang kayo, mag-search ng specific item na you have never looked for. And then, that same day, makikita nyo in your social networks, lalabas yung mga ads na yon. So, ganun kasi nila ginagamit yung mga data natin. Okay? And again, some of the security recommendations. So, foster user education and training. So, this is more, if possible, on a company level. They have to deploy mga cybersecurity awareness training. So, parang today, we're in parang nire-refresh lang. So, some of the things here you already know. So, more on nire-refresh lang natin yung mga information na meron tayo. And then, aside from that, on yourself then, as a user, if you can read blogs about security, about the latest threats, so yun, follow specific blogs, like for example, specific research about cybersecurity, just so medyo updated kayo on the latest. So maintain strict access control on corporate network and home office. Ito yung dito po papasok yung zero trust. So this is more for DSWD's security strategy, wherein you can limit the control to the corporate network. So reiterate basic security measures and patch management programs. And of course, pag may mga updates required on the software, on your applications, so make sure po that you update it from time to time and the signatures are updated. Don't turn off po yung anti-malware solution natin. So very traditional po yung culture na, yung security culture we're in. Most users believe na kapag may anti-malware or endpoint protection tayo install, bumabagal yung machine. That's all security culture. Wag niyo pong iisipin yon. Kasi nowadays, it's more important to have an endpoint solution or endpoint security na medyo babagal yung machine niyo kung tingin yung babagal siya rather than nothing at all. So you have, at least you have the protection. So parang parang how we treat the pandemic. So kahit na medyo mahirap mag-mask pa rin tayo kasi mas importante po yun. Security is more important nowadays. And lastly, augment threat detection with security expertise. This is also for DSWD IT security, wherein mga threat detections, we can match it up with security expertise. So if you, let's say, threat intelligence coming from third party, so we can take advantage of this. Okay? So any questions po so far? Thank you very much. Let me open yung video. Yan. So thank you very much for this session. Any questions po so far?
And thank you so much, Ma'am Tina, for your discussion. Sige, we're opening the floor for our participants to join our discussion. So if you have questions, please let us know sa ating chat box.
Pag wala daw po, ma'am, we can ask questions. Tapos may pa-prize daw po si Trend Micro. So binabasa ko po yung marketing namin. Yun, may pa-prize daw po sila. So may pa-Q&A para at least maging interactive po yung session natin.
Yes, ayan. Thank you po, ma'am. Thank you, Ma'am Tina, and thank you po sa ating Trend Micro for offering us dito ng ating prizes for the games, no. Ang kaso nga lang po, our participants for today is nationwide, no. So medyo parang mahirap mag-ship to other regions. So we'll have our kaunting pa-games, no, question and answer portion natin with our participants. But I would like to ask our FOs, if our field offices, our participants from field offices, if we can forfeit yung pagbigay ng prizes for our FOs, or you can tell us if you have friends from central office who can claim your prize for you, and and they will give the prize to you, or they can keep the prize until pwede mo na siyang makuha, kasi parang medyo mahirap mag-ship at this point ng ating sitwasyon, no. So medyo mahirap mag-ship pa ng ating mga prizes. But so yun, we'll have our question and answer portion, mga maikling mini game natin para for this
Yes.
may I say kung ano po yung ano natin, yung ating pa-prize?
Tumblers po.
Ayan, for tumblers from our partner Trend Micro. Ayan.
Yan. Sige, ako na lang po yung magka-question.
Sige po, ma'am.
Yan, sige. So, first is, okay. Sige, balikan po natin yung first natin. Okay, siguro, paano po sila sasagot, ma'am? Sa chat na lang po or voice po?
First to say po yung answer sa chat box para po makuha din namin yung details noong mag-answer.
Sige. So, top 5 na unique answers po siguro. So, kasi we talk about the different threats. Yung threat landscape po, naalala niyo po yung one is an example, a kind of malware. Yan. So, top 5 po na unique threats na we talk about this morning. Yon, ransomware, Carla Alvarez. Double extortion ransomware. Nauna na po si Miss Carla. Yung iba naman po, information threat, pwede na po tanggapin. Remote access tool, Pablo. Malicious ads, Jelly. Sorry, ang bilis. Okay. Ang dami po. Okay, wait lang po. Ransomware, nauna po si Miss Carla. And then information threat, Joy Me Regacho. And then remote access tool, Pablo. Tatlo na po tayo. Data breaches, Grace Graciter, sorry po, Cambaliza. And malicious ads, Jelly, Erica Esteban. Yan, okay. So meron na po tayong 5. So tatanggapin din po namin yung kanina yung information threat. Pero yon, better answer po si identity theft actually. Sige, bigay na po natin kay Anilo Luis Barion din. Yan. So para kasi maganda yung, mas maganda po yung terminology niya. Pero bigay na rin po natin. So 5. 6 na po. Okay? So sa back end naman po, I think yung mga partners po natin is helping out sa pag-lista.
Yes po. The secretariat team is also getting their information, so yung names po nila, and we'll contact them through their emails.
Yan. Sige po. Tapos, siguro some of the best practices that name po tayo ng mga 5 also, another 5 best practices that you can do either at home, for your workstations, basta unique po, tatanggapin na po natin yon. Yan, backup files, si Pablo. Verena Ring, hindi na po siya. So si Pablo, manage account password, Joy Me. Split networks, Bayawan City. Tatlo na po. Update antivirus, Ryan Padilla. Bookmark trusted site, Rose Villanueva. Ayan. Actually, pwede pa tayong mag-take pa po ng 5 kasi madami po eh. So, 5 na po. And then, avoid malicious links and email attachment. Learn about privacy and security policies, Angie. Limit exposure to social networks, Marivate Wooden. Two-way verification, Harion Mediana. Nasaan na siya? Yan. Secure the gateway, Jelly. Use VPN, Andy Del Rosario. Meron na po ba yung malicious link kanina? Avoid clicking on malicious link, Pantawid Shaton. Yan. So far, okay na po. I think 11 yun, no? 11 po yata yun. Okay, tanggapin ko din po to. Maganda tong sinabi ni Miss Isabel. Learn sites privacy and security policies. Yan. So para lang matandaan nyo. Kasi ano lang naman to eh, refresher. So yun. Sometimes alam na natin pero hindi natin pinapractice. So, I think we have more ba or enough na? Gusto niyo pa po ng last question po? So, siguro this one. For let's give chance to others po yung mga meron na pong prize kasi I think it's the same item naman. So let's give chance to others po. Kayo na po yung bahala. So yun, what do you call the tool wherein the threat actors or yung hackers, they can actually lure you to installing this, and once na naka-install na po yung application na yon, not yet po. Once na naka-install yung application na yon, they can actually control remote tools, yon po. Rat. Sarang Chuds TV. And Chervin Davasol. Yung dalawa po, tanggapin ko na po yan. Si Chuds TV and si Chervin Davasol. Yan po. Okay, so we have 2 na. Siguro last 3 po, last 3. Para masaya po, para yung Monday morning natin is very, kumbaga, lively, para hindi po kayo antukin. Yan. So, last po, last. What is the key concept ng about cybersecurity? I think yun, paulit-ulit tayo. Cybersecurity is what? So you can, I'll accept 3 na magandang statement about cybersecurity. So cybersecurity is what? So I'll accept 3 na magandang unique and good explanation about cybersecurity. Yan. Kanina po sa opening ni Ma'am, cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. Bayawan City, Pantawid, Pamilya. Everyone's response. Safeguarding your data and information. Maisel. So tanggapin ko si Bayawan City and si Maisel. Anything? And Ryan Padilla. Sige. Let's take also Ryan Padilla. Yung mga unique po yung kinuha ko. Yan. Okay. So, tanungin ko lang po yung mga DTI representative ko po kung meron pa po silang mga pa-raffle or pa-prize po sa mga questions. Yan. Yan. So again, siguro habang inantay po natin sila, thank you again. Thank you for having us. So again, I'm Tina from Trend Micro Philippines. Yun, okay na daw po yun. I think nalista naman po nila. So, hopefully po mapaship nila yung mga prizes nyo. And enjoy the rest of the day and your cybersecurity awareness or cybersecurity week. Yun. Again, thank you very much for having me. Stay safe po. Bye!
Thank you so much po, Ma'am Tina. Ayan. Habang nandito si Ma'am Tina, baka may mga question pa po tayo na gustong ihabol. Alright.
Okay.
Sige po. With that, habang hinihintay po natin, baka lang may dumating pa, pero we'd like to share with you the Certificate of Appreciation
Thank
for
you.
Ma'am Cristina T. Bautista for sharing her valuable knowledge as the resource person for our Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So, conducted today, September 27, 2021, via Google Meet. So, this is signed by our OIC Division Chief of Cybersecurity Group, or CSG, ICTMS, and of course, Director Andrew J. Ambubuyog, our Director for the Information and Communication Technology Management Service, or yung ating ICTMS ng DSWD. So thank you so much po, Ma'am Tina, for joining us dito sa ating Cybersecurity Awareness Month webinar series and our last day for the webinar series. So thank you so much, Ma'am Tina.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po. Thank you, everyone.
Actually, the discussion is very light, no? Very understandable for even the hindi mga IT persons like us, like me, na hindi naman masyadong involved or hindi nakapag-aral formally ng mga tungkol sa IT and our IT securities, no? Cybersecurity. But parang walang mga tanong yung mga participants. Ganun kasi siya kadaling kainin. Ganun kadaling kainin yung discussion natin for today. No? So, thank you so much po dun sa iyong discussion for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ayan. So, at this point ng ating activity, since I'm still not seeing any question from our participants, we'll have our short break time, no? So, it's 10:25, so we'll be back by 10 uh 10:35 for 10 minutes break, okay? And while we are having our break, let me play for you some of our uh, cybersecurity awareness tips and informations through our video. And of course, while taking our break, you may sign our attendance sheet. Yan, the links are here in our chat box. Sent by our chat box manager, Sir Frank. So, all right, let's take our break and let's see each other by 10:35.
Alam niyo ba, ayon sa datos mula sa ICTMS, araw-araw ay umaabot sa humigit kumulang 14,000 ang bilang ng mga threats sa ating endpoint security. Sinisigurado natin na ang mga endpoint o entry points ng mga end-user device kagaya ng desktop, laptop at mobile devices ay malaya sa mga threats at exploitation mula sa malicious actors and campaigns. Noong 2020, umabot sa 3.2 million ang zero-day exploits ang nablock ng ating endpoint security solution. Ang zero-day ay naglalarawan sa security vulnerabilities na nadidiscover ng mga hackers na maaari nilang gamitin sa pag-atake. Ito ay tinawag na zero-day dahil nangangahulugan itong meron ka lamang 0 days upang ayusin ang ganitong klaseng threats. Nangyayari ang mga zero-day attack bago pa man masolusyonan ng mga developers ang nakitang vulnerabilities ng mga attacker. Ito ay kanilang ginagamit upang atakihin ng system sa pamamagitan ng mga vulnerabilities na ito. Noong nakaraang taon din, umabot naman sa 2.1 million ng mga malware na na-mitigate ng ating endpoint security solution. Ang mga malware ay ang kolektibong tawag sa mga malicious software variants na sadyang nakadesign upang ma-damage ang computer, server, clients, o computer network. Ang mga virus naman na ginawa upang i-alter ang operasyon ng isang computer at mabilis na kumakalat sa mga devices ay umabot sa 1.8 million noong nakaraang taon. Ang halos 2 milyong virus na ito ay mga na-delete, nalinis at na-quarantine na ng ating mga tech support sa kagawaran. Ngunit ilan lamang ang mga yan sa nagbabanta sa seguridad natin sa cyberspace. Sa top 5 threats of 2020 mula sa report, nanguna ang Trojan sa may pinakamataas na threat sa ating kagawaran. Ibig sabihin, maraming mga Trojan na mula sa mga illegitimate softwares ang nagagamit sa ating kagawaran. Kaya naman, kailangan natin ng iba yung pag-iingat upang hindi makalusot ang ganitong klase mga threats sa ating sistema. Sa ganitong paraan ay mapananatili rin natin na ligtas ang mga datos na ating nalilikha sa ating trabaho. Do your part, be cyber smart.
DSWD
Cybersecurity awareness tip number 1, password security. Ang password ay isa sa pinakakaraniwang paraan upang patunayan ng isang account, halimbawa sa isang email ay sa iyo. Kaya naman ang password natin ay kailangang unique at kakaiba. Kapag nalaman ng ibang tao ang iyong password, mahirap na ma-retrieve ito kung sakaling palitan nila. Ang pagkakaroon ng isang matibay na password ay kinakailangan upang maiwasan ang mga di inaasahang problema at pangyayari. Narito ang ilan sa mga tips na pwede nating isaalang-alang. Una, huwag gumamit ng password na iisa lamang sa lahat ng accounts. Pangalawa, huwag ibigay sa ibang tao ang iyong password. Pangatlo, huwag gumamit ng mga personal na impormasyon sa iyong password. Pang-apat, siguruhin ang password ay di bababa sa 8 characters na may pinaghalo-halong malaki at maliit na letra, simbolo at mga numero. Pang-lima, siguruhin hindi nagsisave ng password sa mga browsers. Pang-anim, gumamit ng mga multi-factor authentication or MFA gaya ng mga one-time passwords or OTP upang hindi madaling buksan ang iyong account. Pang-pito, gumamit ng password manager para lumikha at magtago ng mga password sa bawat account. At panghuli, ugaliing magpalit ng password kung kinakailangan. Do your part, be cyber smart.
DSWD, katuwang ang mga kapuspala.
Cybersecurity awareness tip number 4, removable media. Ang mga removable media kagaya ng flash drive, CDs at iba pa ay karaniwang ginagamit ng mga cybercriminal para i-bypass ang iyong network-based na security defenses. Inilalagay nila ang malware sa mga ganitong klaseng media at otomatikong gumagana. O kaya naman kung minsan, ginagawang kaakit-akit ang pangalan nito upang i-click. Ang mga malicious removable media ay kayang magnakaw ng mga datos, mag-install ng ransomware o kaya ay sirayan ng mismo computer kung saan ito isinaksak. Kailangan natin maging maingat sa paggamit ng mga removable media sa pamamagitan ng mga sumusunod. Una, hindi pagsasaksak ng di kilala o di pinagkakatiwala ang removable media sa iyong computer. Pangalawa, pag-disable ng auto-run sa mga computer. At panghuli, pagsascan ng mga di kilala at di pinagkakatiwala ang removable media sa iyong computer gamit ang antivirus. Do your part, be cyber smart.
DSWD, katuwang ang mga kapuspala.
Cybersecurity awareness tip number 2, phishing. Ang pag-atake gamit ng phishing ay isa sa karaniwang ginagamit ng mga cybercriminals upang magkaroon ng access sa iyong account at mga sensitibong impormasyon. Ginagawa nila ito sa pamamagitan halimbawa ng mga nagsasabing libreng discount, ikaw ay nanalo ng ganito, at minsan ay email upang magkaroon ka ng sense of urgency. Ngunit ang lahat ng ito ay parte ng kanilang operasyon. Upang maiwasan ng maging biktima ng phishing, sundin ang mga sumusunod. Una, maging aware sa mga unsolicited emails. Ito ba ay legit? Pangalawa, palagi ang salain ng spam folder ng iyong email. Pangatlo, mag-install ng antivirus at firewall program at panatilihing updated ang mga ito. Pang-apat, iwasan ang pag-click sa mga links at email na kaduda-duda. At panglima, huwag magbukas at mag-download ng anumang email attachments mula sa mga di kakilala. Ang phishing ay nangyayari sa kahit saang medium at hindi lang sa email. Maaari rin isang text o iba pang plataforma gaya ng Messenger. Do your part, be cyber smart.
DSWD, katuwang
Cybersecurity Awareness Tip number 3, malware. Ang mga malware ay mga malicious software na ang intensyon ay sirayan ang iyong computer, system, client at network. Ang mga ito ay may iba't ibang anyo. Ito ay ang sumusunod. Virus. Karaniwang naka-attach ang mga ito sa email. Mabilis itong kumakalat sa mga folder. Trojan. Mga malware na nagpapanggap bilang lehitimong software ngunit nagnanakaw ng mga sensitibong datos at nakakapag-install ng mga software na maaaring ikasira ng iyong computer. Scareware. Ang user ay dadalhin ito sa isang webpage at dito ka bibili ng mga peking programs na akala mo ay totoo. Worms. Mabilis na kumalat ang mga worm at dumadami ng daan-daang beses at unti-unting sisirain ng iyong computer nang hindi mo namamalayan. Ngunit hindi kagaya ng virus, ito ay hindi lumilipat sa mga folder. Spyware. Kaya ng mga spyware na mamonitor at mamanmanan ang lahat ng uri ng komunikasyon at interaksyon ng isang device. Adware. Karaniwang ito ay ang mga pop-up ads. Kaya nilang baguhin ang homepage ng iyong browser, mag-install ng spyware at bugbugin ka ng maraming advertisements. At ransomware. Ine-encrypt ng mga ransomware ang iyong files at saka ito maghihingi ng bayad o ransom upang maibalik sa iyo ang mga sarili mong files. Ginagamit ng mga cybercriminals ang malware upang magnakaw ng mga datos mo gaya ng user credentials, financial information at marami pang iba. Maaari nating sundin ang mga tips upang mapigilan ang mga ganitong klaseng malware. Una, mag-install ng antivirus at firewall. Pangalawa, ugaliin i-update ang iyong antivirus. Pangatlo, bumili lamang ng mga application sa mga pinagkakatiwalaang sources. Pangapat, huwag basta-bastang magkiklik ng mga link at download attachments galing sa mga unknown sources. At panghuli, ugaliin ng regular na pagbaback-up ng iyong mga files. Do your part, be cyber smart.
DSWD, katuwang ang mga kapuspala.
Cybersecurity Awareness Tip number 5, Safe Internet Habits. Kailangang parati nating isaalang-alang na halos lahat ng bagay ay nasa internet na. Dahil dito, mahalaga na magkaroon tayo ng mga safe internet habits upang maiwasan ang maging biktima ng mga attackers. Una, maging mapagmatiyag sa mga kahinahinalang domains gaya ng yahoo.com na may 3 O na dapat ay yahoo.com na may 2 O. Pangalawa, kumonek sa mga website na gumagamit ng HTTPS protocol. Pangatlo, huwag gumamit ng mga di kilalang Wi-Fi kapag nasa pampublikong lugar. Pang-apat, huwag mag-download ng kahina-hinala at di kilalang software galing sa internet. At panghuli, huwag basta-basta maglagay ng credentials o impormasyon at mag-login sa mga di kilalang websites. Pagdating sa mga panganib sa social network, ang mga nabanggit ay karaniwang ginagawa ng mga cybercriminal upang magkaroon ng access sa mga sensitibong datos. Upang maiwasan ang pagkawala ng mga data, maging maingat at sundin ang sumusunod na tips. Maging maingat sa mga binabahaging impormasyon sa social media. Ibig sabihin, huwag bastang magbibigay ng mga sensitibo at personal na impormasyon gaya ng address, financial information at phone number. Kung share ng ganitong klaseng impormasyon, mas madaling manakaw ang iyong identidad. Do your part, be cyber smart.
DSWD, katuwang ang mga kapuspala.
Alright, good afternoon, good morning everyone. Ayan. So medyo nag-extend tayo ng break time, no? Pero nag-enjoy kasi ako mag-play ng ating mga cybersecurity awareness tips. Ayan, so at this point ng ating activity, okay, let me check pala kung nandito na tayo at nakabalik na tayo from our break time. Can I see your good mornings here in our chat box? Ayan, good morning, Ma'am Chean. Ma'am Cheryl, Sir Franklin. Good morning, Sir Glenn. Good morning, Ma'am Esther. Hello, long time no see. Ayan, and si Attorney Cassandra. Hello po, good morning. Long time no see dito sa ating mga kasamahan na mga familiar names. Good morning po, good morning. Yan. Thank you so much for joining us again dito sa ating activity. And at this point ng ating session, mayroon lang kaming kaunting, ayan, tulad ng dati, alamin natin how cyber smart are you. Ayan. Dito sa part ng ating activity, we'll have again yung ating mini game, no, for our session. And at this point, parang makukulminate na natin yung parang 4 days natin na nagsama-sama sa ating activity. And we'll have everyone, I will ask everyone to join us, no, kahit nasa saang panig pa man tayo ng Pilipinas. Kasi ang magiging prize natin for this activity will be GCash, no? So, I believe most of us or every one of us naman, or at least may kakilala tayo na mayroong GCash, no? So, pwede nating maklaim yung ating prize. Alright? Kahit nasaan panig man tayo ng Pilipinas. Pero, I would ask, I would like to ask yung ating mga kasamahan to specifically sa ICTMS to forfeit again yung kanilang prizes kasi parang expected na alam nyo na tong mga to. No, okay lang ba sa ating mga kasamahan sa ICTMS? Ang ating secretariat team ay ako yung napag-utusan na sabihin na forfeit muna ang ating mga... Ma'am Chean, wag ka na. Sa'yo magagaling yung prize. So, ayan. Yung ating mga kasamahan sa ICTMS ay forfeit muna for this point ng ating activity for the prizes. Pero pwede pa rin kayo mag-join dito sa ating activity, no? Para lang malaman natin how cyber smart are you. Alright. Sige. Ayan, game na ba kayo dito sa ating activity? Game na ba? May I see sa ating chat box kung ready na ba kayo. Magkano nga yung prize natin dito, Ma'am Chean?
100 GCash, ma'am.
100 pesos GCash kasi ito na yung ultimate. Ito
Yes.
na talaga.
Kala ko 500.
500. Sorry,
Naku,
ma'am.
may humihirit.
And ano lang to, isa lang ang magiging panalo, ang mananalo. Pero ang trick kailangan
Baka pwede 150.
sumirit pa si Sir Chad. Wag na sir, 100 lang. Madali lang to, sobrang madali lang to. Pero kailangan mong mag-open ng microphone pagkatapos ninyong masagot, no? So parang meron lang ako isa-send na link sa inyo. Nasa hanapin nyo yung mga cybersecurity threats. And then, pagka nahanap nyo na lahat ng cybersecurity threat, i-chat ninyo dito sa chat box natin yung code na ibibigay sa inyo noong website na isa-send ko. So, pagka nahanap nyo lahat ng cybersecurity threat, isa-send niyo dito sa chat box yung inyong nakuhang code. And then, we will ask you to unmute your microphone. Yun dun sa first na magsasend noong code, will ask you to... Hindi po to remote access tool. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Ayan, chinek po namin yung legitimacy nitong website. So, yung unang makakasagot will ask you to unmute your microphone and tell us your answers, no? Live natin gagawin ulit. I-replicate yung naging sagot niyo. Alright? Sige. For 100 pesos GCash, no? I hope ay mag-join tayo dito sa ating activity. Alright, so ready na ba kayo? Wala pong
Yes.
Yan, yes na yes. Nag-try na ng microphone. Sige nga, check nga natin yung microphone natin. Para pag tayo nauna na later, ay i-open natin yung ating microphone.
Hello.
Yes, Gina? Game na ba?
Game na po.
Game na. Wait lang, just give me 2 minutes lang po, no, for parang meron lang kumakatok sa aking bahay. Since ako ay naka-work from home. Wait lang po. Ayan, I'm back. Sorry for that, no? May kumatok lang sa bahay. Anyway, ayan, nangyayari talaga yan bilang naka-work from home na yung karamihan sa atin ngayon. So, ayan, may mga nagsumasagot na ng all of the above. Hindi po ito, hindi po ito magiging, tawag dito, multiple choices na game ngayon. We'll be sending you again the link. So, this is the link. So, follow the link na po. Game na ba tayo? Game na ba tayo? Ayan. So, this is the link. Follow this link, hotspot.livingsecurity.com. Ayan. And the link is also here in our chat box. So, go to that link, find the cybersecurity threats, and give me the code. That's how it will happen. Alright? I hope nakapag-start na kayo para sa unang makakahanap ng ating cybersecurity threats. Ayan. Sige. Alert mo ako, Ma'am Chean, kung meron ng naka-answer nung ating nakakuha nung ating code.
Sige ma'am, titingnan ko. Pero naka-share screen ka po
Hindi ko sasagutan.
Baka makita nila.
Pero eto dapat yung nakikita nyo na page pag pumunta kayo doon sa ating. Ayan, nandito rin po sa chat box yung ating link. Oh wow, meron nang nakakuha. Ma'am Grace Ter.
Hello po.
Ay wow! Ang
Ang
bilis!
bilis, ang galing.
Nakailang seconds ka, ma'am? Nakailang minutes ka?
Hindi ko na po napansin yung time.
Okay. So, bago ang lahat, taga-ICTMS ka ba, Ma'am
Hindi
Grace?
po. Hindi
Oo
po.
ba? Sir Gian, sorry, teka lang. Check natin kung nahanap talaga ni Ma'am Grace Ter yung ating sagot. Alright. Sige, ma'am. Nakikita mo yung aking screen right now? Ipapahanap ko ulit sa'yo yung iyong mga nakita kanina. Okay lang ba? Naka-open po yung microphone mo, Ma'am Grace?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan. Ma'am Grace, from what FO or from what office are you from?
FO3 po, ours. Adoption
FO3?
resources po.
Okay.
Yes po.
Ayan. Sige, let's check po kung inyong nakuha. Yung 7 ma'am yung item na nahanap. No? Okay, let's start. Ano ma'am, ang iyong unang nakita?
Yung naka-open na door. Ito. Yung
Ito.
door. Yes po.
Okay.
Nasa loob siya ng server room.
So, ayan, server room. So, it's a server room, no? So, hindi dapat siya kinikip na open. And dapat may security ka dyan na hindi lahat ng personnel ay nakakapasok, no?
Yes po. And then yung nakasulat na password dun sa whiteboard.
Eto, sa board, nakasulat yung password niya ay, Wi-Fi pass niya ay password na iba-ibang caps and ano. So, yan, no? Hindi natin dapat isinusulat yung ating mga password anywhere na nakikita ng ibang tao. Ayan. Alright, what else, ma'am?
Yung naka-print po dun sa printer.
Ito, yung
Yes.
naka-print sa printer kasi
Yes po.
ayan, there might be some sensitive information na printed doon at iniwanan natin na nandun lang sa printer. Baka iba ang makakita than our intended na user noong
Yes.
pinrint natin.
And then yung flash drive sa tabi ng PC at saka yung ID.
Eto, yan. Flash drive. Kasi, yan, no? So, kung mayroong ma-curious na tignan yung laman ng iyong ng iyong tawag dito, USB
Flash drive, yes.
flash drive ay baka meron sensitive information na makuha sa'yo doon or meron ka mga files doon na sensitive na maaaring makuha ng iba. Alright, what else?
Yung ID po na nandito sa...
Ito, ID. Of course, ilalaman ng ID ay ilan sa ating mga sensitive information. Tapos lalo na kung yung password natin ay yung ating tawag dito, birthday, which is highly dinidiscourage natin na gawin yun. Ano? Yan. Pero may mga information dyan na sana ay hindi nakikita ng iba.
Tapos yung sa PC naka-open na walang nakaupo po.
Eto, no? So, keeping your PCs open nang hindi kayo nandoon sa inyong table, it might be a cybersecurity threat, no? Kasi maaring, yan, may umupo dyan at pakialaman na yung iyong mga files and documents. Alright.
And lastly po yung nag-uusap po. Yun.
Etong nag-uusap.
Yung...
Yan.
Yes.
Kasi syempre, baka dun sa inyong randomly nag-uusap lang kayo pero nakakapagbahagi kayo ng mga information. Might not be for everyone, no? So baka meron kayong details of the project, details of the na napapag-usapan na hindi naman dapat open for everyone. Kasi it might be a way for them to access yung inyong mga data or yung documents ninyo for that project or for your personal information. So ayan, thank you so much po for joining yung ating, ayan, so ang passcode natin ay training complete. Ayan. So malinaw, nanalo si Ma'am Grayster. Wala pong second place. Wala, na-discuss na natin kung ano eh. So yun po yung ating, ayan. Ayan. Yun din. O sige, maraming nakakuha nung ating mga training complete. So I believe marami ring nakahanap doon sa 7 na cybersecurity threat na ipinakita sa ating doon sa website na ginamit natin, no? Alright. Alright, so at this point ng ating activity, I would like to ask, ayan, good congratulations Ma'am Grace, and our DTI representative will contact you regarding your prices, your details para ma-claim din po ninyo yung inyong 100,000, charot, 100 pesos lang po na GCash. Ayan. So thank you so much for joining everyone. I hope kahit hindi natin, kahit limited yung ating prices ay nag-enjoy pa rin kayo na mag-identify ng ating cybersecurity threats dun sa pinakita natin na scenario. So ayan, at this point ng ating activity, congratulations of course sa ating lahat kasi nakatapos tayo doon sa maikling activity na iyon. Dito at this point ng ating activity, I would like to ask everyone or someone from our participants to share with us yung kanilang mga naging insights, learnings from our cybersecurity awareness month webinar series, no, since noong September 6 to today. So this is our last day. So I will ask everyone to share with us your insights. You may raise your hands and open your microphone to share with us your insights on the activity that we had for the 4 days. Share your hands and open your microphone if you want to share with us something that you learned from this activity. Sige nga. Pwede ba akong magpa-price sa unang mag-open ay mag-share, Ma'am Chean? 20 pesos.
Kulang,
20
ma'am.
pesos hindi na masama, o di ba?
Opo.
Mag-share ka lang 20 pesos pa. Ayan,
Sige,
sino
ma'am.
na yung nag-raise ng hand natin? May nag-raise na ba? Na gusto na mag-share ng kanyang learning dito sa ating activity. Can we have like three? Three, ma'am? Chean, okay lang ba yun?
Opo. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Sige po. Sino kaya ang gusto mag-share for 20 pesos? Paunahang mag-open ng microphone ba or mag-raise ng hand muna para hindi tayo magsabay-sabay mag-usap?
Parang may nag-raise na ng hand kanina eh.
May nag-raise na ba ng hand? Pwede pong pa-raise ulit. Sorry, hindi ko talaga nahabol yung pag-raise ng hand mo. Nako, 20 pesos? Lugi pa ba tayo doon?
Nahihiya. Wala daw mic si Miss Angie. Saan siya? Wala ko.
Hello, ayan. Sorry, nawala ako ng few seconds. Okay. Meron na po bang nag-raise ng hand natin? Sorry. For sharing nung ating... Ayan. Meron na bang gustong mag-share nung kanilang insights? A penny for your thought.
Nahihiya yata ang ating mga participants.
Nako, lugi pa ba kayo sa 20 pesos? Pwede na yung pan-load. Magtatawag pa ako.
Si Sir Judes daw.
Sino? Sige, from let's ask our FOs na lang. Ayan, si Ma'am Grace from FO3 is raising her hand. Ma'am Grace.
Hello po.
Ayan, good morning.
Ayun, yung natutunan ko po dito sa webinar series natin is yung about sa cybersecurity, syempre po. And then, yung digital signatures po, medyo ang galing po kasi hindi mo na kailangan pang i-signify. Kahit po online mo sa signature, magkakaroon ka ng signature doon sa mga papers. And then, check mo rin po kung na-edit na siya or hindi. And then, yung sa last week po yun. And then, natutunan din natin dito sa series natin is yung pagiging aware doon sa cybersecurity, ano ba yung mga threats na nakapaligid sa ating cyber world, lalo na ngayong new normal, sobrang dami na pong threats or isang click mo lang, pwede na mapasukan ng malware or ransomware yung iyong PC. So yun po. Thank you po dito sa webinar series.
Thank you, Ma'am Grace, for your sharing. Ayan, no, parang na-summarize na ni Ma'am Grace yung pag-usapan natin for the last 4 days, no? And as someone na hindi nga aral in IT, yung inyong sharing is really what this activity is all about, no? Yung madagdagan man lang yung kaalaman natin na ay meron palang nag-exist pala itong mga phishing, malware, ransomware na mga pinag-usapan natin for the past 4 days. And at least, yung awareness natin doon ay will come handy, no? Para hindi tayo ma-fall victim into those things. Ayan. Ma'am Chean, pwede ba natin tanggapin itong sharing sa ating chat?
Yes, ma'am.
Sharing ni Ma'am Angie. Ayan. Sabi niya dito, one thing I learned is that huwag masyadong sobrang curious at sa lahat ng site and application ay i-open at hayaan na lang pagkatapos. It is good to know that we need to be cautious at i-close ang mga unnecessary sites or app to save bandwidth na din. Moreover, at least now I know what is bandwidth, no? O nga, no? Parang parati nating naririnig yung bandwidth. Pero ano nga ba yun? Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? Pero yan. So, at least nadagdag natin yan. Karagdagang dictionary knowledge natin. What is bandwidth? Pero, yun nga no, yung pag-iingat on what to download, what apps to download, what apps to open, what links to follow, hindi lang basta click this, open this, click this link. Pagka may nag-pop na click this link dito sa ating screen, ay hindi na tayo basta-basta, ay oo nga, ano nga to, click nga natin. Huwag na tayo masyadong curious about those kasi nga, for sure, or more often than not, it's really phishing or leading you to a malware or a virus or whatnot. So yan, thank you so much Ma'am Angie for your sharing. Sige, meron pa ba? Pwede pa tayong magbigay ng last 20 pesos? Yan, si Ma'am Maisel. Ma'am Maisel, you may open your microphone.
Good morning po sa ating lahat.
Pwede po, ma'am. Ma'am, from what FO or what office? What office?
FMS Accounting Pre-External Audit.
Wow, okay. Ma'am
Actually, dito sa accounting, more on, syempre, ang more treasure po namin yung mga data. So, I've been learned a lot, especially for the transfer of fund. Syempre, di ba, pag nag-transfer fund sa mga anong account sa bangko, na-realize ko and I learned and applied so much yung phishing. Kasi tinitignan ko dun sa website kung nakakandado ba siya o hindi. Kasi isa yun sa mga methodology o method ng isang hacker na magkopya ng mga domain na kung ano-ano lang nilalagay nila. And then I learned a lot about their strategy using malware and also their mga viruses, ano yung mga dapat naming i-update sa computer. Isa yun sa natutunan ko so much. Kasi yung mga computer pala natin, hindi porket naka-install na siya, kailangan pala talaga natin siyang i-update to the 100% completed na update siya kasi may mga pumapasok na mga site or mga mga nagda-download kaya siya bumabagal. Kaya reassured kung meron tayong treasures data or collection of information sa computer, mas kailangan po nating re-update and also wag masyadong magda-download kasi bumabagal yung data ng computer natin. At yung kanyang functioning medyo bumabagal siya. Kapag mabagal yung computer natin, paano tayo makakapag-work ng efficiently? Paano tayo makaka-work na yung time natin ay very reliable at then efficient yung work natin. So kasi ngayon sa new normal, importante lagi ang may laptop at internet. So syempre tumatalino din yung hacker at lahat tayo nasa computer, gumagawa talaga sila ng way o new methods na hindi pa natin na-discover kaya kailangan nating maging aware sa cyber information po. Yun lang po.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Maisel. Very, ang ganda talaga ng yung naging sharing na yan. Thank you so much at nakatulong itong ating webinar series para madagdagan yung cyber awareness, no? Cyber security awareness. Especially that you're handling funds ng DSWD. Naku, pagka namali ka lang ng click tapos may remote access na pala siya doon sa iyong computer tapos nag-access ka ng mga bank account informations natin sa DSWD medyo scary yon. So good thing at nakatulong itong activity natin para makadagdag sa kaalaman ninyo on cybersecurity awareness. Ma'am Chean, parang na-excite naman ngayon at meron pang mga nagre-raise ng kanilang hand. Gusto ba nating I would like to ask them kung makakapagdagdag pa tayo ng kaunting price. If gusto pa, kung okay lang kay Ma'am Chean sa ating secretariat. Pero, of course, kahit walang price, I would like to encourage everyone to still share yung inyong mga insight sa atin. Kahit wala, of course, Sir Pablo, of course, open your microphone po for us to hear your insight and learning from this activity. Good morning po, Sir Pablo. Hello po, sir. Parang nakamute po yung microphone ninyo. Ayan, yes. Kahit wala, winner na tayo. lugi pa ba tayo sa mga natutunan nating learnings dito sa ating webinar? Parang kahit walang cash prize, learning pa lang sapat na. Wow. Eh, ganun. Ayan. Sige po, if you still want to share your insights and learning from this activity, you can share with us dito rin sa ating chat box for those na wala pong microphone, no? And Sir Pablo, hindi ka namin narinig. Parang nakamute yung microphone mo kahit hindi na nakamute yung iyong account dito sa Google. Ayan, another sharing dito sa ating chat. Sabi ni Sir Pablo pala kanina, curiosity killed the cat, so to speak. Yes, huwag tayong click ng click. Be mindful what you click. Sabi naman ng ating Regional Rehab Center ng FO1. Ayan, be mindful what you click. Bonus na yung prize. Ayan, Sir Pablo, parang may narinig ako.
Okay. Narinig na ako.
Ayan, medyo mahina lang, sir.
Okay. So, learned during the webinar, kasi it's cybersecurity is a lifestyle for me. So, and part of the lifestyle is like also doing i-compartmentalize mo yung lifestyle mo din in such a way. For example, it might be good to have two devices. One device is where all your financial accounts are in. And then another device for the ones that you can use for other things. So yung financial accounts mo, hindi do sa device na meron kang financial accounts, hindi ka maglalagay ng kahit ano doon. And then the other one you can use for games, for whatever, social media if you want. So that's one of the things I learned during the webinars. Thank you.
Ayan, thank you so much po, Sir Pablo. No? So that's one way, no, talaga. That's one way to strengthen yung ating cybersecurity. Yung different devices, kung ihiwalay natin yung halimbawa yung social media accounts natin, yung device na ginagamit natin for social media, kasi nga nabanggit kanina ni Ma'am Tina, no, dun talaga sa social media natin pinakamadalas na i-expose yung ating mga information sa dun din natin nakukuha madalas sa social media yung mga malware, mga phishing. And kung kasabay ng same device mo ginagamit yung mga financial account mo, kasi uso na lahat ngayon ng mga GCash, yung inyong bank account, lahat meron na lahat na online bank transfer, mga ganyan, online banking, ganyan. Pag sa same device mo siya ginagamit, medyo tumataas yung risk mo, especially doon sa bank account mo, kasi mamaya nakukuha ng information mo using your social media, na-fish na yung mga details mo. Ayan, thank you so much po for that sharing, Sir Pablo. Ayan, sabi pa dito sa ating chat box, to prevent malware-based cyber attacks by ensuring that your cybersecurity updates and patches are all up to date. Limiting users' access and application privileges. Ayan, yung inyong mga sharing. Sabi ni Sir Erwin, wag mag-install ng crack na software. Yes, that's one simple thing, no? Very simple, very easy to do. pero a lot of yun nga, a lot of viruses, malwares, and phishing uh, are from the applications na crack din, no? Marami kasi silang itinudugtong doon na phishing tools and remote access tools minsan. Alright. Sige, keep your insights coming dito sa ating chat box, no? Para ma-share din natin and ma-reiterate with each other yung mga simple but easy to remember na mga cybersecurity tips natin sa isa't isa. Ayan. Thank you so much sa inyong sharing ng mga learnings and insights ninyo. At this point ng ating activity, we would like to acknowledge yung ating mga kasamahan na nandito. Si kanina Ma'am Roxanne from the AG Data, no, joined us din kanina while nagdi-discuss si Ma'am Tina. And of course, our director, si Director Batucabe ng NHTO, he will also be sharing with us yung kanyang mga remarks for closing this activity, yung ating cybersecurity awareness webinar series. So, si Sir Director Justin Cesar Anthony Batocabe, our Director of the National Housing Targeting Office, will be sharing with us some of his closing remarks for this activity. Good morning po, Sir Director Batocabe.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And I am reminded by a sketch of my favorite comedian, si Dave Chappelle. Baka napanood nyo ang ilan sa inyo. Parang may isasabi niya siya doon na modern problems require modern solutions. So with the myriad of issues we face, we need to be ready. We need to prepare. And ultimately, we need to evolve. So these sessions, these seminars conducted by the ICTMS has been very helpful in preparing us in this new normal. Kumbaga, we have to be very careful with our data, with our movements online, and what we do in and out of the workplace. And so I hope these sessions have been helpful for us to become more aware. Although minsan some of them are obvious, some of them are more requires more thought. It's always good to be reminded, and that's what this activity of ICTMS was. Um, Hopefully, this also set up the necessary frameworks to be effective IT professionals. Lastly, thank you for listening and actively participating. Let's incorporate what we learned in our workspace and our personal lives. Padayon po, and let's do our part to be cyber smart. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much po, Director Batucabe, for your sharing dun sa ating pag-close din ng ating activity. Thank you so much po, Director. Ayan. Would also like to thank yung ating mga secretariat team for really for giving us this activity, for organizing this whole activity. Actually, for the whole month, no, marami rin silang sinesend sa atin na cybersecurity tips, cybersecurity awareness tips. Kung na-receive nyo ba sa ating email, nagsasend sila ng advisory sa atin this whole month of September. And may mga isa-send pa sila ng mga videos and tips for this week, no? May parating pa daw sila. Nabanggit sa akin ng ating secretariat na mayroon pa silang isa-send na cybersecurity awareness tips sa ating mga email. So, abangan natin yan as part ng ating cybersecurity awareness month. So, Thank you so much, Director, again. And thank you so much, Secretariat team, for organizing this activity. So you can access the presentation materials, the learning materials that used kanina through this code, or you may use our shortened URL here in our screen. And of course, ayan, of course, well, always keep healthy sa cyberspace natin, and of course, yung ating health as in physical health. Yeah, thank you so much sa paalala, Sir Director Batocape. Keep safe, everyone. And at lastly, we'd like to ask you to, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-sign ng ating attendance sheet, so please sign our attendance sheet here using yung ating links. And please accomplish our post-test and the post-evaluation. This is for us, no, for us to help us improve our next runs nitong ating mga activity, no. So please share with us your insights, evaluation for the whole activity. So if hindi po kayo masyadong aware, yung post-test or post-assessment test is really not for us to gauge your knowledge, but for us to gauge kung paano ba kung na-improve ba namin yung inyong knowledge, no? So, kung kami ba ay may naitulong, kung kami ba ay nakapagdagdag ng kaalaman sa inyo, kung kami ba ay naging effective dun sa aming mga tinarget na kaalaman na maidagdag sa inyo. And of course, syempre, that will help us improve yung mga next sessions namin for the cybersecurity awareness month. Kasi yearly, ayun, no? Parang nabanggit sa akin nila ng ating secretariat na parang balak na nila na yearly ganito yung gawin, no? Parang may webinar series, and of course, may mga cybersecurity awareness tips. Ayan, for the previous topics, yung presentations, ayan, we'll ask our secretariat team to also share the links to those materials. Alright, so please share with us your insights and evaluation and sign our attendance sheet. And of course, you may also access yung ating mga learning materials para rin ma-remind natin yung mga sarili natin on the tips that we learned or the learnings that we had for the 4 days webinar series natin. So, huling paalala lang natin, no? So, ano nga yung ating tawag dito, yung ating hashtag? Ayan, do your part. Be cyber smart. So, thank you so much, everyone. Keep safe and stay healthy. Sa ating mga kasamahan na nasa Luzon, be mindful kasi nagkaroon tayo ng malakas na lindol kagabi, no, and the aftershocks are expected. So stay safe, everyone, and stay healthy and stay smart and do your part. Be cyber smart. Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Walang picture taking.
Pictorial daw, Ma'am Jo.
Oh yes, okay, sige. Pictorial tayo.
Come on, ha?
Let's open your camera para makapag photo ops. I'll stop sharing para mas madami tayong magkasya sa screen. Ayan. Siyempre, I will ask our secretariat team to help me sa pag-take ng screenshot natin for activity. Nandito pa ba yung mga ah, mga tropa ko na mga nag-join?
Nandito pa, ma'am.
Ayan, ayan.
Okay po.
Ating secretary team is here.
First
Sir
screen.
Glenn, Sir Chervin, open cam. Nagtawag ng mga ng mga kakilala. Mga friends.
Okay
Hi, Sir
po.
Glenn! Miss you. Wow. Nagganon. Ayan. Wow, ayan. Sige. Madami in one camera. That's better, no? Para magkasya tayo lahat.
Wow, full force Bayawan City, oh.
Full force. Gusto ko yan. Secretariat team, pakibalitaan ako kung pwede na natin
Ako pwede na mag-post.
kung pwede na mag-post kasi baka mangawit yung mga ngiti namin eh.
Sige po, smile po kayo. Smile po
Smile
tayo.
po daw tayo, ayan.
Yes, cam.
Ayan, may mga humahabol pa ng camera. Open your cameras po.
Miss Jo. Hindi ko lang alam kung paano yung next page. Ano next ba ito?
Ayan. Okay na, Miss Chan. Na-screenshot na po yung ating
Yes po, may na-screenshot naman na kaso hindi makuha po talaga lahat.
Okay lang po yan. Nasa first page naman lahat ng mga naka-open camera. Yung the rest, mga hindi naka-open na yung camera. Thank you so much again, everyone. And stay safe po tayo. Stay healthy. Take care of your health and take care of your cyberspace din. No? So be cyber smart. Do your part. Be cyber smart.
Sa tanaw ning post-test ani Daymay.
you